Okay, something hot on my mind is the concept of when tissue damage occurs or there's pain. All symptoms are, but I'll stay in my wheelhouse, but you can apply it if you want bigger, grander, the big league labels. That's Dr. Cassie and only Dr. Cassie. There's a lot of people trying to speak like Dr. Cassie, but they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. Stay in my world. Soft tissue injury, physical competency, getting your physical body to be able to express and adapt to whatever we're doing in this world, physically, intellectually, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. You need to be very physically capable to express and process emotions at a level that you desire to live, which is full. But something comes along with pain. When there's symptoms, when there's pain, there is a sign of damage. The body is just telling you that you are not prepared for your environment. You are not adapted to a level to be able to handle and manage the forces in life. The emotional, the mental, intellectual, the physical forces that we encounter. A ton of inputs, to use Dr. Cassie's word, inputs. All we're succumbing to and incorporating and managing and working with are a bunch of different inputs. Infinite inputs all day, every day. When we hit a point where the body that we have right now is not prepared and not at a level greater than life, and life demands more, there's going to be damage of some kind. And as a result, the body's going to get your attention. How does it get your attention? Let you know that there's damage there. With pain, with inflammation, with swelling, with a discoloration, with a sensation of some kind around a certain area. Now, I've had many people reach out to me and they're like, who have had my plans, they have my Zoom plans, or I've created a plan for them. That's a one and done plan, really. And they're like, I took a month off because I was experiencing pain. And we weren't able to cover it to the point to where they're able to grasp what I'm talking about. At no point in time, a true training and rehab session or true training and rehab movement is able to be done at any state of being. It is just a flowing river going that way. So whether you're a 12-year-old who's maturing, whether you're the pro athlete who thinks they're hot shit and are actually like massively dysfunctional, or you're on down the line and you're the 80-year-old badass who's trying to heal from MS, trying to walk up the stairs without holding onto a railing or a cane. It doesn't matter who we are when we all step into this river, but the river is training, rehab, and movement. And no matter where you're at, when the pro athlete gets injured, which they do because they didn't earn anything really, they get dropped back to where they were before a 12-year-old because they're functioning at a level less than that, but they still stay in the same river. When that 12-year-old starts developing and turning on and doing things and earning this ability to move within this body and grasp more advanced levels, they will jump ahead greater than their chronological age. When somebody goes to an advanced level of something and they're injured, everybody gets tossed back to a functional capacity the way we were at an earlier stage in life. But the river is always flowing. It is always training, always rehab, always movement, always recovery, always performance, always building. It's always everything that everybody's selling what movement and training and rehab are. Is it neurological reprogramming? Sure. Is it dynamic? Okay. Is it functional? All right. Is it recovery? Mm-hmm. Is it priming? Is it releasing? Is it inform? I mean, you name whatever the hell they're going to name it. Yes, if it's truly training. Now, we've compartmentalized it and sold it because we had to give a whole bunch of people jobs. Staying away from that. The plan meets that no matter what state of being you're in, you can always train to the greatest extent and move to the greatest extent that your being can handle. It never stops. There's always some opportunity for you to do. I've had people reach out, and I'll say this again. They're like, TJ, I'm locked in a bed, can't do your training. We'll continue it when I get better, or something like that. Always when I get better, I'll start going back to the stuff. No. Can you go through your list of inputs that I gave you? 20 to 30 long, or depending on the person. What can you do? Can't do that. Can you modify that? Yes, I can. What can you do? Can you do this? Yes, I can. Can you do this? I got to modify. There you go. Every time you modify, you double, triple, quadruple the reps. It doesn't matter. Every single thing that I give is able to be done any place, anytime, to the greatest extent of the being of the person. No equipment needed, necessary, using just them and their intent. And they can repeat it. It's safe to be able to fail within and push the limit of the being to where the body actually thinks that it's ceasing to exist. And it will develop whatever's necessary so that it stays here, because it wants you to stay here and thrive. It likes the interaction. It likes life. It doesn't want to attack you and end you and you're so unlucky and we're going to punish you. This body is such a curse. No way. Everything it does is to keep you here and keep you experiencing that stuff to the greatest level that we have, which is infinite. So this whole thing of I'll wait for the pain to subside and then I'll begin again. Now, pain's a motherfucker on purpose, and it's totally perception oriented, but who's to say that's wrong? If somebody is interpreting pain in a way, okay, it's up to them. What's the scale? Who cares? It's a 10 on their scale. It's a 1 on their scale. That's why we don't compare anybody. Not plain fucking water. But the thing is, you have to, and this happened to me yesterday, and I'm going to do a podcast on it because it was brilliant. When something occurs and you have a response of a symptom of some kind, pain, inflammation, swelling, pain, you need to, with pain, work with that event, work with that state of being to move forward with that message. You, one, do not block it. You don't try to focus on something else so you don't worry about the pain. You don't put oils on it so you don't feel the pain. You don't put tape on it so you don't feel the pain. You definitely don't take fucking drugs or herbs or oils or supplements that hide the symptomatology of it. The symptoms are the message. You work with that message. You work with the pain. Now, I've had people be like, yeah, TJ, never stop moving. Fuck pain. Yeah, I had pain in my ankle. I just kept walking, man, and it went away. Like, okay, that's not really what I'm saying, but that's fine. But again, pain just going away and your function kind of being dog shit and pain coming back in a month worse than it was before, that's not a successful story. But that's what I hear a lot. Yeah, I fell and then I just kept moving it and it hurt and it just went away. Healing, moving, it works. And then in 2 or 3 months, that person is a dilapidated mess. It's not just ignoring what the body's trying to tell you. It's not bypassing pain. It's not blocking pain, numbing pain so that we can move and not sense pain. Pain is a message. If you're doing something that's creating pain, that's a message for you to fucking stop. 1, change how you prepare for that thing. 2, and prepare to a level greater so that the body doesn't have to experience tissue damage ever at that it was right there, because it's going to have a memory of that. So we have to rehab and move and stimulate and input to a level greater than whatever it was that created the pain in the first place. And if you got emotional shit, hell yeah, through the physical, you are going to have to push yourself to a greatest level higher than whatever the trauma is. And we got to go trauma people, trauma-informed coaches, trauma. God damn, everything's a trauma. Everything is an imposed threat. That's the whole point. There are a bunch of inputs. So again, true rehab, true moving, true being a human is figuring out with that symptom, what is the reason it's there? What is the body trying to tell you? How can you go ahead and put the body into a position to heal itself so that the message is received? Put the body in a position greater with greater inputs than anything you'd ever experienced before. That's where the injured ? Human equals move. Older human, move more. Injured human, move most. It doesn't mean just fuck pain, go through everything and just keep going and ignore the whole deal. Your body will go ahead and catch you up and be like, dude, I was trying to get your attention with this calm conversation. Now I'm going to yell and I'm absolutely going to knock you out and lock you down and prevent you from doing anything before because you just totally tried to crush this system and I'm not ready to leave. And that's what the system will do. It keeps the spirit. It wants to express spirit through this physical means at anything necessary. Okay? So this whole deal happened to me yesterday. Total emotional bomb of an event. What was yesterday? Tuesday, Monday, or Sunday. And woke up Monday, Started to move around, was like, oh shit, this side of my neck started to lock down. And then progressively, and then all of a sudden, wham, it goes to where it's like, oh, motherfucker, 10 on a scale, 10, pain. How? Everybody, where's the chiropractor? Never would I ever go to one, first of all, for that. 2, what'd you put on it? What oils? What technique did you, I didn't do anything. I felt it. Did you take anything over the counter? Did you do a hot, nothing? I went ahead and I went in and go, okay, what is the body trying to tell me? What events have I been through that it might want to let me know that things are tipping? The scale is tipping. There's a lot of things going on and I'm not able to handle it appropriately. It just wants to let me know this, to slow down. Okay, it's appropriate. An emotional event happened the day before. Totally makes sense. Just telling me that my body at that level was not able to handle that event appropriately, needed to slow me down, needed to get my attention, to have me change some things. Cool, I'm dead on board. So then I go ahead and go through my approach to this stuff 3 times a day, every 4 hours, went through this one move, just one move. I tried other ones, body was like, nope. And there were times throughout the day that I would move a certain way, and it'd be a wave of pain for about 2 seconds at a 10, and then would go down to 1. So I needed to not do those movements. But the learning that was going on throughout that whole time, I'm now today, this is yesterday, I was right back. That was less than 24 hours, 98% back from a debilitating lockdown neck. Now, how many of you would have gone to your chiro, 3 adjustments, all this traction bullshit, all this tape coming up out of my shirt, and all this stuff only to 2 weeks later, maybe be a little better because this is not the thing. This going away is not the impressive part. It's it not happening again, or it doesn't happen unless it happens to a point to where it's getting my attention, telling me that I'm not prepared for my environment. But if I do this right, I'm going to keep climbing, and this is not going to happen again. That's the whole goal. This managing pain with all this stuff, no. So with motion and intent and awareness and feeling and working with the pain, I trained harder that day than I do on a regular day. Did I do all the stuff I normally do? No, because my body was telling me during those moves, you can't do those. So I had to simplify and do more at a greater intention than I would if I wasn't experiencing anything. And that's the hard part for people to wrap their brain around. But that was the opportunity. I was like, oh my God, I was jonesing to jump into the move immediately while it's fresh, real time, body saying, yo, I had to make sense and go ahead and work with this whole thing and say, hey, we're okay. It's okay. I'm sorry I wasn't prepared enough to be able to engage with everything that was going on in my environment. I'm going to do better. I'm going to help you and challenge you. I'm going to put you in a better position to be able to handle everything that's coming ahead, because I plan on flying. And to fly, we got to interact with other people. We got to interact with the world. We got to interact with neighbors. We got to interact with society. We got to interact with everything. So that was my experience. But again, I wanted to share this because there's a lot of out there that would have, with that debilitation, like bad, I mean intense, they would have popped a bunch of stuff, diffused a bunch of oils, palpated, taped, scraped, all these passive treatments like massage, acupuncture, chiropractic, all this bullshit that does absolutely nothing for you other than disconnect you from feeling the reason that you're not prepared and your body's trying to tell you for the life that you wish. It's just trying to have a conversation with you. So I mixed with it, dialogued with it. It was fantastic. Was I exhausted that night? Hell yeah. I just experienced a conversation, a really, really, really intense conversation with the most important person in my life, me. And had this whole thing and learned, wow, when I stand on one leg, my neck goes, wow, what's the power of what's going on in the neck when you stand on one leg? Holy shit, this is crazy. I never would have even thought that until this showed up. Or if I breathe, or if I move, or if I think, or if I shift, or if I picture, or if I emulate, if I image, if I visualize, if I eat, if I do, holy shit, what an opportunity to learn. And I am that much more evolved because I allowed myself to go through that entire thing. Name the joint, doesn't matter. Name the injury, doesn't matter. All opportunity to be better. If you do it right, if you step into that stream and respect the human being and our capacity and what the power of movement and physical competency is to the emotional, mental, intellectual, spiritual, and physical being, your body will just keep providing, keep going levels up. There is nothing like this decline, this steady decline. I don't even know what that is. Keep climbing, keep finding opportunities, because we all have them. We just got to see them. Take them for what they're worth. Change, adapt, stimulate, input greater than anything that's ever happened before. Continue to adapt and thrive and survive. That's what the body is designed to do. That's what it does. All right, I'm out.